family and welcome back to my channel. As many of you know, I work on a cruise ship, so I have a traveling job and I've been fortunate enough to travel to so many countries over the past few years. So I thought it was the perfect time to start a travel segment on my channel, just to share with you some travel tips and ideas for if you're going to be traveling in the future. So for my first video, I'm going to be talking about Venice, and Venice just holds such a dear place in my heart. I feel like it's almost my second home because I've been there so many times and every time it's just absolutely special and magical. I can't get enough of the city and I would happily move there during the summer. Not in the winter because it gets quite miserable, but in the summer months I would be very happy to just spend all my time in Venice. A lot of people tell me that they're really scared to go to Venice because they've heard that it's dirty and overrun by rats, but they really have cleaned it up and I have never seen a rat in Venice, and I've been to some really dodgy little back alleys. I think one of the biggest misconceptions about Venice is that you have to go there with your significant other because it's such a romantic destination, and that's just completely untrue. I've been there multiple times with my boyfriend and with friends, and I've had an equally good time with both. I feel like it's one of those cities where you can really do so many things and you are not dependent on having a romantic holiday. I mean, it is a romantic place to visit. If you have a partner, by all means take them with you, but if you're a single person, don't let that stop you. It's such an amazing place to visit, and I can guarantee you're going to have just as much fun on your own as you're going to have with your partner. Now, if you're going into Venice, the one thing I cannot urge enough is for you to pack light. Once you get into the city, you're going to have to walk to your hotel or take a water bus and then walk from there. There are no cars in the city and there are so many bridges, so if you've gone with a lot of baggage, you're really going to struggle getting around the city, especially if you get dropped off by a bus or a train or from the airport. It is quite a distance to walk to the hotels from there, and if you do take a water taxi, just be warned, it is quite expensive. I would not recommend that unless you are willing to pay the amount that it's going to cost. The other alternative you have is to take the water buses, which are a lot more affordable, but still they can only get you so far. A lot of the hotels are further in from the drop-off points, so please pack light. If you can, backpack. I mean, I know it doesn't look very stylish, but it's going to save you from carrying bags over those bridges and putting your back out. Another really important thing to remember when packing is to bring along some really comfortable walking shoes, whether they're trainers or sandals or flats, because you're going to be spending a lot of time on your feet and you don't want to be concentrating on your sore feet instead of the beautiful city around you. Another really important thing to pack is a little fold-up umbrella, because I can't tell you how many times I've been caught in the rain in Venice, and I was so thankful that I threw that into my handbag before I left, because there is literally no way to hide for cover. You will have to go into a restaurant and just wait out the rain. Now, there are so many amazing restaurants to choose from if you're in Venice, and if you're trying to save a little bit of money, try and avoid eating on or near St. Mark's Square. It can be a little bit more pricey, and if you just go a couple of streets back, you're going to find amazing restaurants with great food, and it's going to save you quite a few euros. Now, if you're on a budget, you can always do a little bit of a takeaway picnic. They've got so many takeaway stores to choose from, whether it's pizza or shawarma, or you can go to a supermarket and get some prosciutto and bread and wine and beer or whatever it is you're in the mood for, and then just go sit in a park or in a square on a bench and enjoy the scenery. Just because you're on a budget doesn't mean you can't enjoy yourself. Now, because there's so many people in Venice, I oftentimes feel like it drains my energy, and when I start to feel like that, I oftentimes go to Giardini. It's a beautiful park in Venice and it's a little bit off the beaten track, so you don't find as many tourists there. It's a lot more locals, and I like to just enjoy a couple of hours sitting on a park bench, eating a gelato, or going to one of the restaurants in the nearby area, because it is a lot more local and it's just lovely to sit out in the sunshine and enjoy an Aperol Spritz in that area. If you visit Champagne, you need to have a glass of champagne, and if you go to Portugal, you need to try the port. In the same way, when you go to Venice, you need to have an Aperol Spritz because it's a quintessentially Venetian drink. It's an aperitif and it's perfect before dinner, and I can promise you, you're going to be hooked. Something I really enjoyed in Venice was just getting off of the main streets and going into the little side alleys and little nooks and crannies. You'll find amazing restaurants and cute little boutiques and stores, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Now, if you're looking for some fun bars to go to in the evening, I can highly recommend going to Campo San Margarita. It's very close to the university, so you're going to find a lot of young people in that area and some really fun places just to hang out. You can also head off of St. Mark's Square and you're going to find quite a lot of interesting nightlife in that area. I know there's a lot of areas in Venice where there's absolutely nothing happening in the evening, and when you walk through there you really do feel like you're in a ghost town, but if you stick to the areas that have a lot more foot traffic, you're gonna find somewhere where you can spend your evening. Now, if you're anything like me, you're gonna want to learn a couple of words in Italian before you go and visit Italy, and I've tried so many different courses to try and learn languages, but nothing has worked as well as this app that I downloaded on my phone. Now, I'm somebody who really struggles with full-on sentences, so for me, I just kind of want to learn basic words that help me to understand what's happening around me. So I downloaded this app on my phone. It's called Italian Fun Easy Learn, and I've really been enjoying it. It helps you master the basic words in Italian. They've got different categories so you can really knuckle down on them, and they teach you in multiple ways. Some people learn easier by sight, some people have to hear words. This app combines all the different ways of learning, and I really do feel like I have a much better grasp of the Italian language after using this app. And the last thing I want to tell you if you're going to visit Venice is just to take it slow. There's so much to see and it's almost impossible to take it all in over a few days. So just make the most of it, sit at sidewalk cafes, really enjoy the local culture and make the most of your trip. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and let me know in the comments section below if you've already been and you loved it. Tell me what you loved the most about it, and hopefully I'll see you all again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye! And no matter how many times I go there, that was really South African.